Now, we celebrate what's good about Fresno and the Valley, and talk about what's good about Fresno and the Valley. Our next guest, Jack Scow, is a, can I say, fitness expert?
Yeah, I think that fits.
You're the most fit person
Yeah.
I know. And guess who I go to when I want to ask fitness questions? I was pumping Jack for answers, free answers is what I'm trying to get right before the show. And
Yeah.
had a little injury, and you told me what
Sure.
to do about it. Main thing is don't keep doing the same thing over and over, huh?
Right.
If it hurts, stop.
Well, your body will talk to you if you listen.
Mm-hmm.
And if it, like you were talking about your tendon issue, tendons run in a groove. So if it gets out of its groove, then it's upset. And then if you put pressure on it, it's even more upset. So then it's inflamed. So sometimes you have to go to a good quality chiropractor to have that adjusted. And you need to reduce the inflammation with some ice and maybe some ibuprofen. And bottom line is, if you're still exercising, don't do something that gives it direct stingy pain. It's telling you, I don't like it, don't do that, okay?
Well, you say our body will talk to us, but some of us who are new at this don't know how to listen. So
Right.
It's nice to have someone around that you could ask and guide you. And probably I was doing a bad form or something, I would imagine.
Right. There was something that was going on that may have tweaked that area.
And I see when you've talked to people, you talk about form a lot.
Right. Yeah, I'm a real stickler for form. I'm 68 years old, and in order to continue to keep on keeping on, then proper form, proper position, and staying in one piece is primary importance.
It helps you not get hurt.
Right.
But
That's the point.
You have
That's
that
what
saying,
staying in one piece means.
you have a saying also, something like, we're not here to move the weights around or something.
Yeah,
like
we're not here to you're not here to lift the weight. You're here to work the muscle. You know, too many people, especially those that, you know, have a big ego behind it or whatever, are so wrapped up in how much they're lifting, and the next thing you know, their shoulder is hurting or something else is hurting, and that was probably a combination of improper form and too much weight. And I teach people how to stay in one piece, how to work the muscle. When if you're working a chest exercise and you get up and your shoulder hurts and your chest doesn't, what muscle were you using? If you injured the shoulder doing a chest exercise, what muscle were you using? Yeah. Right, the wrong one. So learning how to get the most out of the muscle. Because like I tell people, lifting the weight's boring. Working the muscle is enthusing.
Yeah.
It's addictive. I've been doing this since 1961. That was year before last.
Year I was born. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Now, I see people, they work out for 6 months and they have no muscle, no increase in muscle. That's
Right.
maybe from doing it wrong.
That can possibly be from that. That can also be predicated on their nutrition. You can't build a house if you only got 3 boards and 6 nails. Okay, so if you're not eating to complement your workout, then you're not going to get optimum from it. And again, I see people come into the gym and they attach omnipotent powers to the machine. The machine is just a tool. So you put the tool in the right positioning and the right mind focus and the right impetus, then the right things happen with consistency. We don't go from out of shape to in shape in 2.3 seconds. It's consistency that makes the difference. And that will bring the muscle to the party. Okay? And we're here to get the muscle's attention. That's why it responds. And people spent months, if not years, getting out of shape, and they want to get into shape in a month. Okay? Well, again, we didn't get out of shape overnight. We don't get into shape overnight. And so on one hand, you get the muscle's attention each time, but you don't beat it about the head and shoulders, so to speak. In other words, do a little something, because it gets better each and every time. And the reason it gets better is because of what you do to it. And he goes, oh, well, I better sit up and pay attention because I don't know what he's going to do to me next time. That's why it gets better.
Now, I asked you last time about my pre-workout meal. I said I was having peanut butter and banana, and you said add steel-cut oats, which I did.
Okay.
Is that still okay?
Sure.
Peanut butter's not killing me, the sugar and stuff?
Well, it depends. The more natural you can be, the better off you are. If you can use a natural peanut butter, or for me, even more a natural almond butter, works better for me than the peanut butter does. But everybody's body is a little different. My body responds well, and most people's body responds well to having low-fat proteins, low glycemic carbohydrates, and green vegetables, okay? And consistency with that. Just because the brain knows you want to get into shape, the body is from Missouri, you got to show me. And you show it through consistency. When you eat a little of this and a little of that and a little something else, and you do this for a while and that for a while, body doesn't see any consistency. It goes, so I guess I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. Instead, when you're eating precisely, consistently, then the body goes, aha, I see what you want. And that's why it gets better. I'm getting ready for competition right now, and it takes me 4 months to get into competition shape.
Wow.
And that's, again, consistency with training, with cardio, with nutrition, with supplements, and then the body, little by little, comes to the party. Even my old body.
Yeah. You don't look old. That's what's great. I guess part of keeping in shape is keeping you not all wrinkly and haggard. So your hair's a little gray, Jack.
Little gray. Well, gosh, what are you going to do?
You can do what I do.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I see a lot of trainers at the gym teaching what you say, form and, lift the right amount of weights and stuff. But that's not enough, you're saying. It has to be the nutrition
All
as
of
well.
that. Right. You can't exercise enough to undo poor eating habits.
So even if you are working out a couple times a week and you got a trainer, you got the form good and everything, you still may not develop.
Well, you won't. When you train hard and you're consistent with that, then the inclination is want to do things that will complement that to take you to the optimum level, and getting the good nutrition in there. Do what you should do, don't do what you shouldn't do. I know people that work out consistently, but they do all these things that are counterproductive. Smoke, drink too much, eat the wrong foods, don't get enough rest. The body grows and replenishes, gives you a shot of natural growth hormone when you're asleep. So if you're not getting optimum sleep, then you're not building and rebuilding. And muscle grows at the end of the recovery cycle. So you want to train it, rest it, feed it, grow it, rest it, or work it again. Okay? So that's the point. And the body goes, yes, okay, I'm ready to go. I'm coming to the party.
So it's a whole package then.
The whole package. You can't
just do one or two of the pieces.
And consistency.
That's why you need a trainer who knows what he's doing. And here's one way you can know if somebody knows what they're doing. Take a look at him. Take a look at Jack. You're a champion, or you're competitor.
I was, here's a shot of me here. And I was lucky enough to win my class at the Masters Nationals in 2011. And I've been fortunate enough to do well in a number of different shows, and I use the shows to not only motivate me to go to the next level, but I bring my trophy and my pictures back and I put that in the gym, and people go, oh, well, if he can do that with himself, then he can probably help me with my goals. And again, it's your goals for you, it's not my goals for you. So when we sit down and talk to people about training, first of all, what are your goals? What do you want to achieve with yourself? What kind of limitations do you have? Do you have neck issue, lower back issue, knee issue? Because the trainer has to know how to work around that, not through it. If you try to work through it, it just makes it angry, and it's not going to get better if it's angry.
Tell us about the competition coming up. When is that?
Okay, the main show I have coming up is on the 22nd of October. That is the Kentucky State Championships. My tune-up show before that is the Washington State Open. That is on the 29th of September. I like to do what I call a tune-up show and a main show. It kind of gets my sea legs back.
So you've already begun your 4-month journey to get there?
4 months out. I started July 2nd.
What do you do different? Because you always seem in incredible shape for me.
Oh, well, thank you. It's the core of what I eat is usually pretty much the same. It's what you put in You know, you allow yourself a certain amount of tactile and flavors that maybe you wouldn't have. So I start taking out some things that might not be helping the body direct itself towards competition shape. And let's be honest,
you've been eating just to make yourself happy.
right? Yeah, a little bit of pleasure food, and somebody else probably would think that, like I like to have a bowl of fruit now and then in the off season, but I'm getting ready for competition. The fruit has a little too much sugar in it, and I need to keep the insulin and sugar levels in the bloodstream even. So I get most of my energy from low glycemic complex carbs, which is like oatmeal, old-fashioned oatmeal, brown rice, red skin potato, brown rice fusilli pasta from Trader Joe's, yams and sweet potatoes. So most of my energy comes from that. So the body, little by little, goes, I see, this is what he wants. So it's nice that the body still responds. And I can help people with that, because you have to be able to eat and live in the real world. You can't eat alfalfa sprouts and mung beans 5 times a day and live in the real world. So you need to be able to have some fun as well as be in shape.
You talk about how you're fueling with the complex carbohydrates,
right?
But what about protein? Do you need the protein?
Oh, by all means. You've heard the term protein sparing. Well, let's say, for instance, you ate meals that were primarily just protein. Well, then the body has to turn the protein into energy, and protein is not the body's primary source of energy. It likes carbs first, it goes for fats, then if it has to, it will go through a couple of steps and turn protein into energy. But when you use the protein for energy, then you don't have it to build and rebuild muscle. That's what protein does. It builds and rebuilds muscle. And so if you have enough of the complex carbohydrates on a consistent basis in all your meals, then the body can take that protein and build and rebuild the muscle, so that you end up with more muscle, less fat, more vitality, more ability, and you feel good and you look good. The name of my system is Vital for Life. And if your goal in life is to be vital for life, then the byproduct of that is to look good and feel good today, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year. We're all going to be at whatever age we can be, so let's just be the best we can be.
Now, if somebody wants to read up more on this, do you have a website or something?
Yeah, jackscowfitness.com. And my cell phone is on the screen, 559-905-0933. I really enjoy people just to call me and talk to me, tell me what you want, and we'll put it together. This is one-on-one training, and I design the diet, I design the training as per your goals for you. I may compete, but that doesn't mean you necessarily want to compete. But if you want to compete in life, if you want to show up on the beach, then I can show you how to do that. Okay?
Very good. So does this all happen at one place, or you go to different gyms?
Well, I do most of my training at Fort Washington Fitness, and I do some home stuff if people want to do that. But primarily at Fort Washington Fitness is a wonderful facility, and they're very positive there. It's wonderful to not have to compete for just a place to park and a place to work out, or a machine to work out on. So it's the best kept secret in Fresno, and we do, like I said, very much one-on-one. And when you train with someone who has some experience, then you do the things that work, and we try to stay away from the things that don't work, or worse yet, might injure you. And again, as we get older, we all have issues, something, lower backs, necks, elbows, whatever. So I can help you work around your issue and still achieve that vital for life goal. And feel good and look good.
Now, can we come if we're really fat or really old? It doesn't matter, huh?
Right.
You don't have to be a bodybuilder to come to Jack Scow. In fact, maybe the opposite.
Right. Well, it's great to be able to be. We're all a work in progress. Okay, no matter what condition you're in, we can help you be the best you can be. You know, your structure is your structure, but we can take body fat down, bring musculature up, give you a nice straighter posture. Again, as when you see people when they get older, they go from straight up to down to down to down to in their walker. Okay, and that doesn't have to happen. Okay, it's called skeletal muscle because the bones are connected to the muscle is connected to the bones. Okay, so when you pull on the muscle, that in turn pulls on the bone, and the body pulls nutrients to build the muscle and the bone. So it's easier to stay up and stay strong and stay vital. Okay, all that other stuff does not have to happen. That's where my term vital for life came from. Keep that musculature going. The musculature is your support structure. It's your immune system. It's your ability. Cardio is wonderful. You can't leave any parts out, but keeping that muscle and making more muscle, making it grow. I've had clients that are in 70 to 75 years of age, and they have grown muscle and reduced body fat. So you're never too old. And we can help you and not aggravate the areas that are aggravated.
Very good. Well, go to jackscowfitness.com. You'll find his phone number there. You'll find details there, a way to contact him. I recommend Jack Scow. He's the only person I have that I can ask. I go on the internet and look, but sometimes just asking Jack gets right to the bottom of it.
Right to the bottom of it.
Anything else you want to tell our viewers before we're out of time?
Take your goals. Take that step. All of the longest journey starts with the first step. So talk to me on the phone. Come see me. We can help you achieve, and the idea is that you need people when they come in, they want to know that they can do this, they want to know that it's not going to kill them, and that they can get better. You can be the best you can be. Start with the first step. Give me a call, and we'll show you how, and like I tell people, come to the gun show, okay? Come see me.
All right, jackscowfitness.com. We'll be back with more Central Valley business right after this.